Anxiety disorders are one of the most common mental health conditions in the United States currently. They affect people of all ages, economic backgrounds, and experiences. What's important to know about anxiety is while it can feel like it's overwhelming and taking over your life, there are proven ways to manage it. As a student of social work at COTC, I've researched this topic using peer-reviewed psychology and social work journals, reports from the American Psychological Association, and data from the National Institute of Mental Health. Today, I'd like to discuss 3 different coping strategies for anxiety. The first one is cognitive behavioral strategies, the second one is mindful and relaxation techniques, and the final one is professional interventions. I'd like to start with cognitive behavioral coping strategies, often referred to as CBT techniques. CBT is one of the most widely researched and effective approaches to managing anxiety. The basic idea is that our thoughts influence our emotions and our behaviors. When people experience anxiety, their minds often jump to the most negative conclusions possible. Like, I'm going to fail. Everyone thinks I'm not good enough. Any other anxious thoughts of self-doubt. Cognitive behavioral challenges the client to identify these unhelpful and negative thought patterns and replacing them with balanced, realistic perspectives. For example, instead of thinking, I can't handle this, we might reframe that statement as, I've gotten through difficult times like this before, so I can get through it again. Techniques like cognitive restructuring and exposure therapy all fall under this approach. According to Hoffman and colleagues who wrote the Cognitive Therapy and Research Meta-Analysis, CBT leads to long-term improvement in up to 80% of people with anxiety disorders. In social work and counseling, CBT strategies help clients understand how their thinking patterns shape their emotions and actions, therefore giving them the tools to deal with anxiety rather than just reacting to it. Next, I'd like to talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is an approach that focuses on calming both the mind and the body. Mindfulness means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about noticing our thoughts instead of getting caught up in them. When people practice mindfulness or relaxation techniques, it activates the body's relaxation response. This means the heart rate is lowered, reduced muscle tension, and decreased cortisol, aka the stress hormone. Common strategies include deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or guided meditation. Doing this over a long period of time will help you see the most consistent results. A 2015 study by Corey, a clinical psychologist, and other colleagues found that mindfulness-based interventions significantly reduce anxiety symptoms across all populations. The American Psychological Association also recommends mindfulness as an effective coping tool used by clinicians and social workers alike. These techniques are especially valuable for clients who feel disconnected from their emotions or constantly overwhelmed. Mindfulness gives them a way to stop and self-regulate. The last strategy is professional intervention. Social workers, therapists, and counselors alike use evidence-based interventions to assess and treat, and while also supporting individuals dealing with anxiety disorders. Some of these interventions might include individual therapy, where a client learns coping skills and emotional regulation strategies. Group therapies, which help reduce isolation by connecting with others who have gone through similar experiences as them. Community-based programs, such as stress management workshops or school counseling, are also used to manage anxiety. Social workers often take a holistic approach, which means they're not only considering the client's mental health, but also the social environment they're in, the family relationships they have, and economic stressors. The National Association of Social Workers emphasizes that effective anxiety treatments integrate clinical techniques, client empowerment, and access to community resources. In addition, peer support programs have been shown to be effective in improving anxiety outcomes. These allow individuals to share coping strategies and feel understood in a safe environment, something social workers often facilitate. Professional interventions remind us that no one is alone in managing their anxiety. Support, understanding, and skill building can make all the difference. In conclusion, coping with anxiety is not just about getting rid of the fear completely. It's about learning how to live with your anxiety in a healthier way. Through cognitive strategies, mindfulness, and professional support, people can move from feeling powerless to feeling capable and in control of their anxiety. With understanding and compassion, we can create a world where talking about anxiety is not a sign of weakness, more taking pride in our healing process and reducing stigma. Thank you.